Tropical cyclone Megan has made landfall on the southern Australian coastline of the Gulf of Carpentaria right now, in the areas of northern territories of Australia right now, with maximum sustained winds of 100 miles per hour, gusts of 120 miles per hour, central pressure of 961 millibars. The storm moving south at 7 or 8 miles per hour is going to be moving very, very slowly as it heads inland, and with destructive winds moving onshore, it's going to be a real nightmare for the areas that are getting affected right now. As you can quite clearly see on satellite imagery, storm made landfall, still never got an eye structure. The swirl has improved, I will say. The swirling motion has improved since earlier today, just upon noticing that right now. Actually, I didn't notice that previously. But the swirl has improved in its definition. Nothing in terms of an eye, but yeah, looking a little bit more cyclonic, really. Storm has been battling 50-knot wind shear this whole time. Fortunately, right now, with the storm already making landfall, we are noticing our first sign of official weakening and eventual dissipation of the storm. As you can see quite clearly on your screen, the storm has still always been consisting of these pinks and purples. Cloud top temperatures earlier today, this storm were negative 100 degrees Celsius in this storm for cloud top temperatures. Now they have pretty much dropped to negative 85, maybe a couple of pockets of negative 90 active right now. And the coverage of the pinks, which indicates negative 75 or negative 80 degree cloud tops, has reduced in coverage and reduced in coverage, really. There's nothing else to really say about that. But has reduced in coverage. There's less of it. There's less of it going on right now. So, let's get a look at some of the models here. As you can quite clearly see here, we're going to animate it, not just show a screen. We're going to animate it. Jeez. Storm makes landfall and initially drops about 300 to 350 millimeters of rain. Say that's probably somewhere around, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 inches of rain. I almost said snow. Rain across areas of the areas in landfall zone. The storm will move inland, and then it will shoot off toward the west. With a lot less well defined. So some of these areas here that you're seeing are from the same system, the remnants of the storm, and it looks like it's generally going to be up toward 125 millimeters of rain in a few spots in isolated areas, but generally the range will be between 80 and 100 millimeters of rain in that area. So that'd be a few inches of rain there. The storm not only bringing the potential for very heavy rain and potentially in total for the landfall zone and on this yellow trail here, but there could potentially be between 400 and 500 millimeters of rain in total in the landfall zone for the storm, which is about up to 20 inches of rain, which is very impressive indeed. So we're watching this very closely. Sea surface temperature anomalies right now, where on toward the area where the land borders the water. Jeez, my tongue, and my brain. Sorry, guys. Sea surface temperature anomalies right now, they are actually showing to be below average. Still, same thing as what we looked at yesterday. After the storm has been sitting over this area for a while now, the sea surface temperatures have cooled. Sea surface temperatures themselves 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, so down from the previous range indicated of 31 to 33, where it was when the storm was still approaching the Gulf of Carpentaria coastline. They have come down 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, but still very warm indeed. However, sea surface temperatures, now that the storm has made landfall, are irrelevant. The main concern that we'll have to worry about now are, for now, be the winds, the destructive 100 plus mile per hour winds that will be persisting for the next few hours. But then the main threat being the rainfall, the 20 inches, 400 the 20 inches, 500 millimeters of rain that are currently forecasted to be dropped into the landfall zone are really what we're going to be mainly concerned about. So let's get a good look here at what exactly. Okay, this is weird. All right, there we go. Wind shear. As you can quite clearly see right now, wind shear is lower now, down to 25 knots, down from 50. It was 50 earlier today. So down to 25 knots now, but that is still unfavorable, and that is still gonna prevent the storm from ever really getting an eye or an eye wall structure. So never mind the whole eye thing. We're not getting an eye from this one. So usually these storms look a lot more beautiful when they have a visible eye, but we're not getting that much impressive satellite views out of this one today. Just raw, just a raw Category 3 monster that's coming through. So yeah. Oops, no, I want the JMA. I want the. There we go. Here is the forecast cone. The storm right now. Quite clearly see. They have not. The Joint Typhoon Warning Center has not yet updated their forecast cone on the landfall yet. But as you can see, the last position they had it at is just right near the coastline with those 100 miles per hour winds, 85 knots, 100 miles per hour. And the storm will make landfall later on, or the storm has made landfall, but and later on, winds will be down to 65 knots. That'd be about 75 miles per hour. Still a Category 2 storm. There's still a Category 2 storm there. Excuse me about the little sniffle there. Stuffy nose. And then afterwards, the storm will rapidly weaken as it takes that westward movement. And then we will see it move up toward this area, where it's going to drop some of that rain and then dissipate. So, that being said, there's not really that much else to say. The storm has made landfall. It is a Category 3 still. It has been a Category 3 landfall with winds of 100 miles per hour, 120 mile-an-hour gusts, 961 millibar pressure, moving south at 7 or 8 miles per hour. That is it, really. So we'll be back again tomorrow morning in about, say, 10, 12, maybe 14 hours with another update on this storm. Until then, Australia, good luck, hunker down. If you can, board up your windows from indoors and stay away from those windows. Remain in the centermost interior room of your house, so you put as many walls between you and the outside as possible.